Back again, my beautiful people. You don't know the boy Yardman there. Yes, people. Pleasant good day to you all. You don't know me and the legendary Stricto have an emergency meeting. We have some things to sort out, some issue to iron over. So Stricto gonna jump on in a minute. Yes, people. Sorry, I'm getting echo. I'm getting back hearing back myself. I don't know why. Hold on, we're having Stricto gonna jump in, people. Yes, a big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody. Yeah, I'm getting a coming back through the last voice. I don't know. I'm mute. Yeah. Can you still hear me? I don't know what's going on here. Stricto is back. Okay. No, no, no.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me, Stricto?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother. You saying?
I'm having some issue with my mic. I'm getting a yeah. Hold on, Stricto. I'm trying to fix my mic. I'm hearing back myself coming back through again.
You don't like hearing yourself, and you want
Hmm?
me to. You don't like hearing yourself, and you want me to sit and hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't need this.
Okay, I think it's fixed now. I think it's fixed now. Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me, Stricto? Can you hear me now, Stricto?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, all right, then everything good, yeah. All right, then. So what's going on, my brother? My brother from a different mother. Boy, there is bare rumors and bare chat going on. But before we get into all of this, how you been, man? How's the family? I know if how is everybody been? Are you been okay?
Alhamdulillah, everybody's good, my brother. Everyone's clear. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's positive.
All right,
Can't complain, bro.
nice to know, nice to know. But yeah, as I said, man, we know how Arsenal has been going. We know how the season stay. We know we have a lot to talk about. We played Real Madrid. The first leg is at home. Boy, everything is just up in the air. We hear about Isak. So much, so much, so much. We know the over in the Middle East they bid 100 million for Gabriel. We don't know
Mm.
what's going on here. What's going on, Stricto? What's going on? Because first thing first, you know what? We need to start off with the top to the bottom. So the first thing I'm gonna ask you from the that Super League and the Cranky come
Mm.
out, more likely Josh come out. What have you think of them so far? since the Super League, and you know they come out and they make some speech, and we start to see them putting money in the club. But apart from that, I haven't seen the ambition. For me personally, I don't see the ambition of them wanting the club to win anything, or you know anybody like the whole backroom staff. I don't see nobody there willing to push, and nobody's pushing nobody. Everybody is a free for all. So it's all have to start from the top, because as we see with Chelsea and Abramovich, it wasn't like that. They have ambition. Abramovich want to win the biggest cup. He want to win the Champions League, want to win the Premier League, and they win it because he wanted. Our owner, I don't know what's going on.
But you know the comparison you make with Abramovich is that Abramovich was using his own personal money.
Yeah.
So the level of ambition there tells you what you need to know. You know that old saying, put your money where your mouth is. That's what Abramovich used to do. He used his own money, his own personal interest. It was a hobby for him. It wasn't a business for him. It was a hobby. The man's so rich. If you look at like, he's so rich, it's not even, he don't even make it to the Forbes list. That's how rich he is, because a lot of his money doesn't need to be disclosed. His wealth doesn't need to be disclosed. But if you look at everything around him, you know the man's got it.
Yeah.
So he was able to bring in players, bring in managers, bring in a system that worked for somebody who was only in it for a hobby. He was personally involved in most of the day in, day out activity at the club. You hear it all the time. The players used to say, oh, you know, he used to come training. You know, he used to ask them what was wrong. And if a man say, oh, this that happened, he will go and personally resolve it. Yeah? That is a man that cared about the club he owns. Not the club he supports, but the club he owns. He eventually became a supporter of the club because he owned it. Now, I cannot say the same thing for the Cronkies. I cannot say they put their own money into it, because I think me and you both know, whatever you put your own money into, you're a lot more careful and you're a lot more intentional. You care more than you would if it's other people's money. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you here? Yeah. So we ultimately have owners that are, and I've told you this before, they have a certain level of standards that they are happy to meet.
Yeah.
And those standards aren't in the interest of a fan base. They're happy to meet top four. They're happy to meet Champions League. There's no ambition of winning it. There's no ambition of actually challenging, other than for them, at the end of it, how much revenue did we make during that period? How much revenue do we get from the TV deals, TV rights, and so on and so forth? That's all they care about, because at the end of the day, for them, it's a business. Abramovich, it was the total opposite of that. Total opposite of that. And hence why they knew when the whole Ukraine, I'm not trying to get into all of that stuff, but hence why they knew the only way to really hurt this man was to take something that he valued so much away from him, which was the club. Now, let's say if a similar thing was to happen with the Cronkies, to take Arsenal from them, I don't think it would matter to them as much, because it's not that they will find a way to make back money. That's just them, I think. But with Abramovich, they hurt him by taking something he cared, loved, and respected. And I don't think we get that with the owners. Like I said, we've been supporting this club. And I think I remember Turkish saying, we are not fans, we are customers.
Well, I mean, I believe for the whole Premier League football in general in England, we are just customers. But people chat before, I forgot, before we jump in here, people don't forget to follow my brother Stricto on YouTube. Him want to hit to him 10K subscribers. So people, please just jump over there, follow him.
Stricto.
So the big strict people. So all of our supporters, followers, just go over there and just subscribe to the Stricto channel and help him to get to the 10K subscriber. So yeah, on Sunday, the Chelsea game, I see Josh Kroenke was in the crowd, was in the stadium.
Was he?
Yeah, he was there. He was there. And I didn't hear fans getting frustrated saying anything. You know, it's like I just believe that what the Kroenke want, and I hear a lot of people come out with it. I hear, if I'm being honest, I hear Robbie come out with it. I hear a lot of other people come out with it saying, no, you know what, Mikel Arteta get us in the Champions League and he get us to start to compete. And if you realize it is the same, what the fans are saying now is what the Kroenke doing, because all the Kroenke want be in the Champions League, and we are there, you know, finishing second, third. That they're happy with that, and I see where fans now get so relaxed, like this is the NMBO of us. We are challenging, we're in the Champions League, and that's it. We're good. And for me, I have never known. I start to support Arsenal when I see when I never start to support Arsenal when George Graham was there. I know about Arsenal during Wenger, when Wenger just come to the club. Yeah, that's when I know Arsenal, and Wenger's challenge, he win title. We were there. We have a DNA. We have an identity. Oh, we play, and as everybody know, he comes and change the way all football play in England. And to me, it's like we lost. The fan base is split. We have majority. Some people saying they want changing, but the majority saying, you know what, they love Mikel. They want him to stay because, like I said, we are competing. We are in the Champions League, and that's it for them. You understand? Now, we can make these owners start to realize that, you know what, enough is enough. They have to start putting on pressure. We, the fans, we have to put the pressure, because we're not going to get the owner just get up and sell the club like that. Yeah? But what we can do when they look, when the sponsor, when the sponsor look in the stadium and it's quarter full, everybody's outside because we are making a statement. That's when I believe that's one of the main way, if we want the Kroenke to sit up and say, you know what, I have to start listening to my what Turkish
fan base.
No, not fan
customers.
Our customer. You understand? We have to, and if we don't let them listen, then they're just going to stick in their own way. They're just going to do what they normally do. And what they normally do, top four compete. Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the issue, yeah, and I think that's a good idea, yeah. But you know, the issue ultimately is, if we're talking about them looking at it as a business, yeah, they won't care if the stadium is half full, half empty, or full, because the money has already been paid. All they have to do is look at the accounts and see that, wow, every ticket has been sold. You know, every season ticket has been renewed, or every red member. So whether you turn up or you don't turn up, all they ultimately want to see and check is their bank account. When they check the account, they see the money full. So that doesn't really get through. And then the issue is, what can I do as a season ticket holder? I can't give up my ticket. I want to make a stand, but then what happens? Someone else is going to pick up my ticket. Someone else is going to say, yep, there's a free space available. Let me jump in. So it's a hard one because, you know, ultimately, sort of the only safe thing you can do is stop buying merchandise. You're buying, okay, you've got your season ticket, that's cool. Because there's a 25-year waiting list, and I understand no one really wants to, you know, go back to the back of the queue. You and I know that already, yeah. So stop buying merch, stop buying the kits, stop buying all the third training kits that they put out every 4 or 5 games. Stop buying that. Stop adding to the pockets. Do you know what I'm saying? Do the one that you can do as a fan. And the one I can do is I'm not buying no more kits from them. You know, at least they can see, hold on, we're not getting revenue from merchandises. Our sponsors are saying no one's buying, no one's going to Rwanda, the holiday. Stop all of that. Stop all of that, because we're putting a lot of money into these people's pocket as a fan base. Yeah. And you know what? We're not even being treated as customers, to be honest with you. I think even being treated as a customer would be a good thing, because go to any business you go to, the customer's priority and the customer's key. Yeah, we're not being treated as customers. We're being treated like criminals. Yeah, we have second-class citizens. You know, we put in so much money. And forget us, bro. There's people that are traveling from other countries to come and watch Arsenal. There's people that are putting money into the London economy, in the UK economy, strictly to come and watch football. And we're not getting the result that we want. Now, let's go back to Arteta now. Let's go back to, and in my opinion, for a man that is on his first managerial job, he's shown great trajectory. He hasn't got everything right. He hasn't done some things right. You know, you point out he hasn't replaced Aubameyang. You also point out, you know, some of these tactical, you know, how he sets up in certain games. You know, he's late. He's very reactive as opposed to being proactive. You know, you can point out so many things the guy has done wrong. But at the end of the day, for what the club demand of him, which is top 4, he's looking like he's one trick or he's one step away from achieving it. If only these motherfuckers would see and help him. Now, if Arteta now was, let's say, at Chelsea, for example, yeah, remember Chelsea have so many players, you know, so many players. They have João Felix, who's out on loan now. João Felix, before João Felix came to Chelsea, he was a very sought after player. Yeah, he came to Chelsea. They can't get him playing. Who else is there? They've sent out on loan.
Chelsea has so much people on loan. If we sit down here tomorrow morning, we don't stop name them.
Exactly. And my point being, they have the structure. They have more than what we have. Mm-hmm. Because imagine now Nicholas Jackson is out injured. They could recall any of the loan players back. Yeah. Any of the loan players back. We don't even have that luxury. And if you look at the loan players they've got, these are top caliber European players that have been proven. But yet, them man are not pushing like we.
Well, we can call back 2 loan player. We have 2 out and have a couple more.
One injured. Vieira Nelson injured.
Nelson, yeah, Reece Nelson is injured. Vieira is there, and we still have
Nuno Tavares, Sami
Lokonga. Yeah, so that's 4, but none of them is good. None of them. I mean, Reece Nelson.
They're squad players.
Yeah,
squad players. They're not coming in right now to approve what we need. We need attackers. We need forwards. None of them. I mean, other than Vieira, none of them. And even that Vieira shout here is even a stretch because of where we are at the moment. Because normally, nobody would care about Vieira.
I don't believe Vieira ready for the Premier League. He's very lightweight. I just don't see him as a Premier League player. I see young player come in. I see old player come in. I see but Vieira is just one of them. I just don't see Vieira as a midfield player for Arsenal. You understand? He's never the type of player them. We have Lucas Torreira who's same shot, but he's a different sort of animal. He will put in tackle. he will get in there.
Yeah, he was fearless. He wasn't no pussy old fam.
Yeah. So when I was just gonna say we never have that sort of stature them short, but yeah, we do. Even
Cazorla.
Calzola,
Cazorla.
yeah. Even what's his name? That breaking that thing, they breaking foot. Even though he's a centre forward, but with Vera, I just don't see
Eduardo.
Eduardo. I just don't see Vera as a top Premier League club
No,
player.
the thing is with Vieira, I wouldn't even say it's so much of his stature, but I understand what you mean because when he's lightweight. But even if you look at Bernardo Silva, for example, he's very. I'm sure Vieira is even taller than him or even bigger than him, but he still know how to manage it and control.
Yeah.
David Silva, the same thing. These men weren't no giants, but they knew their strength. They knew how to protect the ball. They knew how to move the ball before anyone come. They knew the passes to make and the time to make it. They knew when to hold the ball. They knew when to run. It's just with Vieira, it seems like he's still young and still learning the game, and that's the issue we have now is that we don't have time for people that are still young and learning the game. We want people that are already established, someone that can come in and get the ball moving. Because ultimately, if you look at like our team right now, Odegaard struggles in some games because he's so reliant on the right-hand side. He doesn't give us anything down the middle or direct. Everything he does is down the right-hand side. You see it with, he's built up a great relationship with Ben White and Saka down the right-hand side, but then neglects the middle. So we need someone who can be different to Odegaard. Can Vieira do that? I don't know, but to me, he's not even good enough in the first place. But what we've learned so far here is during this crisis, some players have stepped up. Some players have shown some character. Marino, for example, he's showing, okay, cool, I'm not a striker, but if you need me to do it, I'll do it, and he's doing it. We've seen Ethan Nwaneri, like he's coming, he's doing it. We've seen Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm not a fullback, I'm a midfielder, but I'll do it to the point where man's got a call up for England. So it's a weird one, but like this season, I think the owners and the board have decided that they've already achieved their objectives. We beat Chelsea, so that puts Chelsea, that gets us one step closer to to the top four, to qualifying, and then we drew with Nottingham Forest. City are losing. No one's really following us that hard other than Nottingham Forest. Yeah. So if Nottingham Forest follow us, then that means we qualify either third or through second, and that's good. That's all right for them, because, what I'm saying. But everyone else, like, there is no that fourth position. The rest of them can fight for it. We're already in that sort of top two, top three conversation. Now that's what gets me mad, bro. It gets me really mad because you can see this team has potential, and not just because I'm an Arsenal fan. You go and ask any of the other clubs. They'll tell you, what Arsenal need. They've been saying it. Arsenal one striker away. Arsenal one. They always say Arsenal one thing away. Before they used to say, Arsenal 6-7 players. But we've closed the gap now. We're one player. Everyone can see it, but the owners cannot see it.
Do you see, or do you believe, as what people are saying? Because I hear it. All I'm hearing is that, we just need a centre forward. We just need to get Isak. We just need to get this. We just need to get that. And I don't believe. What my doubt is, I don't believe for a second. What side I'll take that one? I don't believe for a second it's just a centre forward we need. We need an out and out number 9. Yeah. But for me, I don't know what you think. I see that if we go in January and just focus on getting a number 9, I believe the midfield is one of the priority everybody's trying to, I mean the press is trying to overlook. And when I sit back and I look at it, I believe that the midfield is just as important as a 9, because Declan Rice is not a 5 or a 6 anymore. He's playing a 7-8. So Thomas Partey, they I hear that he's want to talk for extra another year. I hear there's no talk on the table for him. Don't know what's going on there. We know Jorginho going to leave. So we're definitely going to want midfielder. When the talk was when Mikel Merino come in, he was going to be a pivot to Declan Rice. So Declan Rice was the 5 or the 6, and Marino was the one for the midfield. You understand? He was going to sit beside Declan Rice. But now, I don't know for you, but I don't see we have any all in midfield, and I believe in the well, people are going to say the two most important players on the pitch for you to go and win a title is the front and back. So you're talking about you have to have the best goalkeeper and you have to have the best centre forward, because he's going to keep the ball out of the net and he's going to put the ball in the net, and that is what win your game. That is the build up the team. But for me, looking now and people saying, "Oh, let's go and get a centre forward, go and get a number 9, go and get Isak." I don't even trust Mikel Arteta with this Isak thing. I don't trust him, because this man have a brains where he will put Isak on the wing, fam, and still play average through the middle. You understand? And Isak is a man, he score, he's a box to box. He's a man who like the box. You understand? Now, like I said, moving on from, before I even get into this Isak thing, I believe that, like I said, I don't know what you think, just as though it's important for we to get a number 9, I see it's important for we to go there and get 2 holding midfielder, because we can't
two holding midfielders.
Yeah, because you're not playing Declan Rice as a holding midfielder. He's not. We got injured now, and we have to push him further up to give Mikel Merino the support. But even so, yeah, it was Partey who was the one who played in the number 6. It wasn't.
I mean,
so I don't know what you.
For me, yeah, I do agree. It's not just Isak. I do agree. I definitely agree with you. I think we need a midfielder, but I wasn't on the thinking of a holding midfielder. I was thinking more of a attacking, the number 10 even, something different from Odegaard. You know, somebody that somebody like, maybe if I'm thinking, someone in the mode of Bruno Fernandes.
Sorry,
you know,
I don't cut you, but what you think about this? You just say something and something just click in my head. Now, we know that they're trying to rush back Saka. I just believe that Saka should just sit out the rest of the season.
One second, bro. One second.
Yeah, so yeah. I believe that.
One sec.
Yeah.
Light just fall off. Yeah. Go on.
I believe that Waneri is come to light now, and I'm not buying into the English media as a player start to play good. He's English. Oh, you have to get him in the team. You have to get him in the team. Where they start to give us this England thing, yeah. With we have Cole Palmer, Foden, and Jude Bellingham, yeah. They were saying that, all 3 of them have to play, or you're going to fit them in. But me personally, I was thinking, Waneri, should he play in that Xhaka position that we used to, that we're missing from Xhaka left? Do you see him playing there? Because I just believe that with the potential, with the way he play, he's not scared, and he's been around the team from he was 15. Yeah, are going 16. Well, 15 in it when he make him debut at
15.
Yeah, 15. Yeah, because I remember we were there when he make him debut.
Brentford, remember we was there, bro.
We were there, yeah.
Yeah, we was there.
In school in the morning. Yeah. So I just believe that he's the one who could play that role that Declan Rice is playing. I don't know what you see. What you see that?
The number 8.
Number 8, yeah, because he's never gonna play over on the right, because that's Saka position. That's the best. Well, apart from Mo Salah, in the Premier League right now, I wouldn't say Saka is better than Mo Salah because Salah been doing him thing season in, season out. But I would
No,
say
not yet. He's not yet.
after Salah, it is Saka
Yeah.
on that right wing in the Premier League. So I don't see Waneri taking that position there, and we move Saka and put him elsewhere. So I don't know how you see that one.
Nah, man. I've seen, and I can understand where you're going for it, where you're going with it, but I've seen enough. Not saying I've seen enough, but what I've seen of him, of Waneri, I don't even. Originally the point was when Odegaard was injured was to bring him in to play that Odegaard role, and the more you look at him, he's not. I don't think. Not saying he can't play it, but I think the point I'm trying to make is I think this guy is a natural winger. He has all the attributes of a winger, in the sense that he can come in and cut in, let off his shots. You see all these goals that he scored for Arsenal so far, all of them have literally, other than the one against PSV at PSV where he was in the box, but usually he likes to come off out wide, come in and take off his shot. And I think that is telling that this brother is a winger. And then you look at his frame, he's not the tallest, he's not the biggest, but he's quick, explosive, and I don't think that role that that 8 where we saw Xhaka play at times, it's the late run into the box or even just sticking outside of the box. I think we would lose more doing that, in terms of we'll lose more of his strength playing him there than we would sticking him out wide. That's what I think. Do you understand? I think you got to work to his. You got to work to his strength.
So do you see him starting next season?
Who?
Waneri.
I mean, if Saka's back, I don't think he starts. Of course not. He doesn't, unless.
So would you love to see him start in the starting 11 next year? That's my question.
I would love to see him start out wide.
Out wide. Left?
Yeah. Left or right.
So we are saying that because we believe that Trossard are going to go. Yeah. So is Martinelli going to be on the bench? Because
Martinelli.
Up until now, we have never ever played him out left. Yeah.
Martinelli has, as far as I'm concerned, Martinelli has not cemented his spot down that left-hand side. As far as I'm concerned, nobody can say how you just said now.
Yeah.
The right-hand side is Saka.
Yeah.
We know that is Saka. As far as I'm concerned, Martinelli has left that left side vacant. Now, one of two things can happen. We know Trossard likely to leave. So that means there's another vacancy down that left-hand side. So what that means is we need a starter, a certified starter, and we also need a bench for that side.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be between Martinelli and Waneri. Now, I don't know what Waneri is like coming onto from his favorite side, which is his left foot. That then means he can't come in. He has to do a lot of work on the outside, because he's left-footed. But I don't know. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen how that's gonna run. But so far on that left, I just want to see. I would love to see him, but I think we've had games where we could have pushed him down that side to see what happens. I don't know what Arteta is thinking for the future, but listen, if Waneri doesn't start, it's not the end of the world. As far as I'm concerned, if he's not starting, then give me someone who is adequate enough. And I don't think going into next season, going into trying to go that one level better, I don't think it's Martinelli. I'm sorry. He's proved it over these few years that he's not. He's got the pace, often doesn't use it. He comes in front of goal, often misses, panics. But the odd times he will score, but his all-round game is poor. Let's be honest, bro. His all-round game is poor. Doesn't beat his man.
So
We know he's fast. That Everton game where we drew 0-0 with Everton against Ashley Young, bro. Against Ashley Young. This guy could not beat this guy once. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, his position is up for grabs, bro.
So who you put that down to? Because at one point I see it was going on social media where they asked Rabbi if at about 2 years ago would you swap Martinelli for Mbappe. Rabbi said,
yeah, that's mad. That was a mad take.
Cut it like that. This guy come with a big potential that he was going to be the next big thing out of Brazil apart from Neymar. He meant to be the next Brazilian that everybody speak about. But under Mikel Arteta, we haven't seen, well, 2 seasons ago, we see a little blips. He scored a 15 goal. But apart from that, this season, we haven't seen anything. Nothing. And I think from the injury, he needs to score quite a few goals. I mean, the top three, the Martinelli, the Odegaard, and the Saka, they used to score. And then Martinelli get that injury last season, come back after January. And then even though when he was scoring 5 and 6 in most games, he didn't really score until later on. Him score, and from there and then he was just trying to. But that's where you have coaching staff. That is where you have manager. And remember, we see Martinelli dribbling with him head down, and everybody down to the blind man keeps saying, like, why he's doing that? Do you believe is Mikel Arteta and coaching staff to get that bad habit out of him? Stricto like him stuck. Stricto? Stricto internet a play of people. So yes, people. So that was yeah, and freeze. So that was my point where oh, I'm disconnected. So I'm waiting back on Stricto. So when you come back in. So people, so that was my point with Martinelli chat. So let's read some of these chat. Stricto freeze. Is he hopeless or headless chicken? I think Stricto is coming back in. He's back in, people.
Yo.
Yeah, just it. Yeah. So you're free. So yeah. So whose job you believe that is to take those bad traits out of Gabriel? Because we know that there's a player inside Gabriel. Nobody can tell me that there's not a player inside Gabriel. But from Mikel Arteta come, we seen blips. Yeah. So who's the one supposed to coach him?
The coach, innit? The coach is the coach that watching him play every day in training, and is the coach that pick him. And I don't know, you know, there's some players that are bad in training but are good on a Saturday afternoon, and there's some players that are good in training and are bad on a Saturday afternoon. And I don't know which one this guy is, because he shows both sides of it, and clearly he's doing something right in training that they keep picking him. Or maybe it's because we just don't have the options, you know, because of his pace. You know, and I don't know whether it's because of his pace, that's why he gets a blind 9 times out of 10. But you're right, he's got so many bad habits and everybody can see it. You know, the head down. The amount of passes he misses out because he's head down. And even when he's looking up, he doesn't even have the range for passes sometimes. You think about that game at Liverpool, at Anfield a few seasons ago, where we was 2-0 up and Liverpool came back. And there was that moment when we got through Liverpool's back line and he was looking up and he put the ball wide to Saka. Any decent player puts that ball. Do you remember the chance I'm talking about? Any decent player puts that ball right on the plate for Saka, and then the rest, you know, is history. But we ended up drawing that game, which ended up hurting our league ambitions. So yeah, ultimately, bro, there's some things you can coach in some players, and there's some things you can coach out of some players. But I think when a man is set in how he is, you just cannot change it. You know, and unfortunately, that head down thing comes with his pace because he needs to see the ball at his feet every time he's running. He can't look up and run with the ball. Like, you know how Kaka used to do it for Milan. Kaka could look, his head is up, the ball at his feet, running at full speed. This brother always got his head down to look where the ball is. And that's because he's technically not there. Because as a professional footballer, as an international footballer, as a Premier League footballer, why are you running with your head down with the ball at your feet? And I don't think you can coach that out of him. I just think that's just how the brother is. That's just how he copes. That's part of him. Do you know what I'm saying? And ultimately, maybe what we need to do is start working to his strengths. There was a moment before Arteta came, I thought this guy might be a centre forward. This guy might be a 9. I remember sort of his first game for Arsenal. I think it was in the Europa. His first start for Arsenal. I remember it was a teeny cross and he got his head to it and he scored. And I was like, raw, this guy might be a striker. And a couple of finishes he had where he's straight instinctively in behind, scored. And I'm like, but every time we sort of tried him out in that position, it doesn't work out because he doesn't time his runs. You know, it doesn't time his runs. It doesn't have a good timing to his runs because he's fast. And some players who are fast really struggle with timing their runs because that's I suppose the easiest part is the pace. So they always seem to get it wrong. You know, the good players know, all right, I'm fast, so therefore I'm going to give that half a second time and then boom on it. He just doesn't have that. You know, so I think for me, it's a mixture of the coaching is a mixture of that's just who he is as a player. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just think he hasn't cemented, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't cemented that right and that left-hand side. But I think going back to what Robbie said, that was crazy. That was crazy because now you look at it, you're like, raw, swap Martinelli, put him back. Yeah, so it's a crazy thing.
That just goes to show where he was at the time.
Yeah.
You can't get up and just saying overnight he's just a bad player. You don't become a bad player like that. You don't.
Especially when you're young.
Especially when you're young. Especially when you're young, you're just like a sponge, just soak up everything. And when you have the right manager around you, yeah, you get the best out of you. They will get the best, and they will bring out that raw talent that I believe that Martinelli have. No, somebody did said about Sane is free from Bayern Munich. What do you think about that one?
Why is he free? That's the first question.
You're right.
Why is he free? And then
why is he free?
Yeah, when you answer that question, yeah, then then you come to understand that we should stay away. Because listen, he's free, so is Sterling. And I know that's your boy, yeah. I know that's your boy. So I'm not gonna get into him too much here. But you have to sometimes question, bro. If something looks too good, it's maybe too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? I think these players, how old is Sane now?
29, I believe.
29.
Yeah, I believe.
If you look, a lot of these players.
Is he that old? Maybe I'm lying.
No, I think he might be. Hold on, let me see. I don't even have my other phone.
No, I'm checking it.
Oh, you're checking it. He's about that age. He's about 29, 30.
Yeah. So, but you know what? We did hear the big speculation that he's 28. Yeah.
He's 28.
Yeah, that Nico Williams. He was the next one that we were out in the summer that we're gonna get him, and then we were gonna get Mikel Merino. Then we hear it was Nico Williams because they need somebody to replace Saka. He can play on both wings. He can play left. He can play right. But I just don't. You see, for me, there's one thing that happened, and it just leaves me. And we're gonna go back on Isak now. It just leaves me a bit worried because we did hear that yesterday or Monday. I hear from good source that
Who's your source, rude boy?
that Liverpool are speaking to Isak representative. No, from we have been linked with Isak for over a year now. Cause we can say it's a year now, cause
No, more than a year.
yeah,
Before even you went to Newcastle.
yeah, we have never hear that Isak Arsenal are speaking to anybody pertaining to Isak, but out of the blues. Because I did say this already. I did say to them on a chat already, and I said, people, everybody's talking about Arsenal going to get Isak, Liverpool going to win the Premier League, Mo Salah look like him going to leave, yeah, and Nunes look like they're ready to either send him out on loan or maybe him have to go and rub off the bench. But if I remember, and I remember saying that Liverpool haven't spent any money in the summer. Chiesa 10 million, but nothing. They haven't spent no money in January. So who more likely will get Isak and look like Liverpool are serious? Because if they are speaking with his representative, which you never hear Arsenal speak to not even Newcastle, I even test the water for saying, okay, we have bid 80 million for Isak just to see where Newcastle is with him. We never hear nothing. You understand? Now we hear that, like I said, Liverpool in for Isak, and he's the one that we can say is he's in the Premier League. He's been scoring in the Premier League. He scored against everybody. Any team they put him against, he scored. Yeah, and
all the big defenders.
He's Premier League ready. So I hear again speculation that Mikel Arteta transfer kitty is 300 million. I don't believe that is going to be so much. Me personally, I don't see that they're going to give him 300 million to spend. I just can't see that. No. Same get 200 million. I know that Newcastle can say, you buy Declan Rice for over 100 million. He's a defender. No, you want my goal scorer. We're talking about upwards 140, 130. Do you see Arsenal spending that again? Because that will be the world record in England to spend 130 on a player.
I mean, the question is, yeah, you said Liverpool, like, who needs Isak services more? Liverpool can win. Liverpool have won the league without having to have Isak. Liverpool, you know, maybe Liverpool have got players who are scoring. You know, I mean, I know I saw the stat the other day between Nunes, Diaz, and Jota. Now, listen, these players on a normal season, they bag a lot of goals, especially Jota. But they're just having this thing this season. They're not scoring. So that can be rectified next season. But whether or not Liverpool want to keep them, I don't know. I'm seeing reports that these men want to leave. But ultimately, Arsenal need Isak. It's not even a want. It's a need. You know, you want and need are two different things, brother. Yeah, I need air. I don't want air. I need it. That is how bad and the priority that we need Isak. Now, whether like it's a 200, we're given a 200 million pound kitty. So far as that can bring Isak, and then remember we still got players that are gonna leave in the summer. We still got outgoing.
Stricto, stop chat rubbish. You're doing good so far. Who in Arsenal that we can sell right now to get any money? Who?
No. I'm not talking about transfer. Let me land, brother. Let me land now. Let me land. Let me land,
brother.
Let me land now, Abba.
Hey.
I'm talking about wages. The transfer fee is nothing, but the wages is always where the problem is. Now we're getting rid of players. Whether you get £1 back for some Lukonga, and you get £10 for Nuno Tavares, and you get 50. It doesn't matter. The wages, once you get rid of those guys, yeah, you're able to restructure the wages and say, okay, we know Liverpool are talking to you. We know Liverpool are saying X, Y, and Z. Here's what we can do. We can offer you X, Y, and Z, and the luxury of living in London. These men want to live in London. That's another thing. You'd have lived in Newcastle. They'd have told him Newcastle's no different to Liverpool. It's the same sort of thing, same sort of people. The capital is where it's at. We give them the capital tax. Do you understand? Now we've got these man, shift them out. We now use the wages to attract him in. Is the point I'm trying to make.
You know, the next thing again that, because for me, when I look into things, I dissect it, I rip it apart, and I look through it properly. And I believe that we are jumping up. Oh, we can get Isak 140, 130. But on the other side of the coin, Liverpool, speak team representative, there's two things you have to look at. One, if Newcastle finish in the Champions League position, Isak will never left. That's one. Two, people forgot that Newcastle is the richest club, is the richest football club. Yeah,
they don't need the money.
Billion, but they just can't spend it because of the fair play or PFA or what they want to call it, don't allow them to spend it. Now, they can get up and say to Isak, Newcastle, we can give you a new contract. We'll see Man City done it with Erling Haaland. We give you a new contract. We give you a contract and we give you $500,000 or 500,000 a week. Yeah, I will put a buyout clause in the contract. They can get up and do that. You understand? They can.
Yeah.
So
but also his contract is running out. He's got, I think, is it 2 years left on his deal?
Yeah.
Now you make a great point. Newcastle don't need the money. Like they're the richest club. You know what I'm saying? They don't need the money. Brother, my mom just called me, and I locked her off. And
no, this is work. This is work. Sometimes I don't know why they're phoning, but yeah, sorry. This is work. You know, sometimes when they phone me, I can be emergency.
All right. Yeah, no.
The way, that's what I'm saying. That's just the way I see it. We're speaking about Isak, and he don't have to leave. He don't have to leave the club. So I'm just saying that we're talking about Benjamin Sisko. Then they were talking about
I don't want Sisko.
They were talking about what's his name?
Gyökeres.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna get him. I don't think so.
But yeah. I think in most things, yeah, we have to have a plan B. Yeah, because you know we've seen it every summer where we chase one target from the opening of the window to the closing of the window, and we don't get him, and then we end up getting either nothing or an inadequate replacement. So we have to have.
Are we really gonna get him?
I mean, if you look at it, could he come? Of course he could come. He's got a Spanish manager, got a few Spanish players there. You know, a few international teammates there that could be like, yo, this is where it's at, so on and so forth. You know how these things. Listen, these players talk. These players constantly.
Now, so
you know what I'm saying? They talk, but for me, it's just about saying, all right, we have to set our thing early. Isak, your contract runs out in two summers. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Newcastle, do you want to have the situation that Mbappe had with PSG, where they ended up remember, PSG is also one of the richest clubs in the world.
Yeah,
and Mbappe wanted to leave irrespective of the money they wanted to give him because he wanted to be a club with prestige, a club that has a great fan base, worldwide commercial, that will take him commercially to that next level. So for me, it's not really about because Newcastle were rich. That might be a small degree, but when a player's like, all right, the player that I adore the most is number 14. He wears that shirt today. He's a number 9, but he wears the number 14 for a particular reason. A player that he wants to emulate, a player that he models his game around. There's only one club that player made his name at. That club is in London. That club is Arsenal. So irrespective of what Newcastle are going to give him, yeah, we could say, look, we can match it. But there's other things that come with it. You get the prestige, you get the, you know what I'm saying, the fan base, you get the worldwide record. Bro, Newcastle won the thing the other day. How many other people celebrated it worldwide? Nobody. No disrespect to Newcastle, that they just don't have the reach that any of like Arsenal. Let me not even say any of the London clubs, because I know they've probably got a bigger reach than Brentford and Fulham. But they just don't have the reach. And you just can't buy that. You can't buy that. And I think if Arsenal are serious to say, look, we're going to give you, you're going to be the highest paid player, and this is how much the transfer fee is. Set the stall out early. And if everything comes out, no, leave it. Let's go somewhere else. Let's not chase. If he don't want to, maybe he wants to come, but the club don't want to sell him, then that's a different case. Then we can keep hounding him until he hands in a transfer request, and Newcastle have no choice but, to do what they need to do. But if the man says, look, I don't want to come to, move on.
But move on. You have to remember, Stricto, that he just win after 70 years. He's looking at it. I'm at Newcastle. I just win a title there, and it's looking good. We are challenging, because remember, Newcastle team ain't bad. Just as we are saying that Arsenal team, we just need a striker. I believe that Newcastle just need a left back and
a goalkeeper,
and a defender,
a centre back.
So that's 3 to 4.
A manager,
yeah?
A big stadium.
No, so you're looking at it as like that. I'm just thinking that Isak could be saying the same thing, like, hold on, let's see what the club gonna do. The club maybe say to him that, listen, we're gonna invest. Because remember, they haven't spent any money either. Yeah, we're gonna invest. We're gonna bring in players to push us to where we want to go. Yeah. Garden and Isak and Thingy there over on the right hand side, the midfield. Right now, I think the midfield is even better than ours. Yeah. And we can't say no about that. Their midfield is better. It's only the back line is not better, and the keeper. But apart from that, their front three is better.
They're good. They're a good team, man. Let's not.
When we looking at and saying that, Isak gonna come to Arsenal. Isak. This brother don't have to come, because this brother can wait up. Is this team? My team just win something. It doesn't matter, because Sunday I was sitting down and saying to myself, look how I could be jumping and screaming for this Carabao Cup. I care zero. It's still a trophy. It's still a trophy. Yes, it's the third big. Is the third trophy in the Premier League, because the Premier League
third rated, yeah.
Yeah, the Premier League, the FA Cup, yeah, the Carabao Cup started in the 60s. You understand? The FA Cup started way longer than that. Yeah, so the FA Cup is the first cup.
The most prestigious. It's the most prestigious. So, yeah.
He's gonna look at it and say, my club just win something. This club keep on being the Gareth Southgate, and not winning nothing. Should I leave? So for me, I don't believe what everybody is just saying. Isak, I don't believe it's just easy as that. Isak just gonna come to Arsenal. I don't see it that easy, because of the way Newcastle is right now. They can spend money. The club can say, no, what? F it. Newcastle can say, F it. I don't care about the Premier League. Whatever they want to do, they do. If they want to sanction us, take points, but we're going to go out there and we're going to spend 500 million. They can do it.
Yeah, but then if they're sanctioned, then they face the threat of, listen, what Newcastle need to do to buy players is they need to sell players. That's how the regulation will work.
But if they finish in the Champions League, okay, then we've been linked with groomers. We're not going to get groomers at Isak. It's never going to happen.
No. But
So once we link with him and I hear that Alberto went to him and they're speaking or whatever, then I would have write off Isak. Because you're going to look at, if they don't finish in the Champions League, yeah, he can leave for 60 million. And then forget Isak, you're talking about somewhere close to 200 million. That's maybe the transfer budget.
yeah, I mean, bro, you got to look at it like this. I think players like Isak, there's a reason why he went to Newcastle in the first place, yeah? Because when he left Sociedad, there wasn't a whole. There was people that were after him, but there weren't a whole. First of all, the man wanted to play in the Premier League, and Newcastle was the club that was offering at least. Because I believe if any other club in the traditional top 6 came in for him, he would never have gone to Newcastle. Do you understand? But it was just for him. You know, he wanted to come Premier League. You know, it's a good club. To, you know, the expectation level isn't too high. You can build yourself. But if you look at let's take Declan Rice for example. Yeah, similar to Isak in a way where the season he left, he had just won a trophy for West Ham that they hadn't won in years. They haven't touched a trophy in years. So he could say to them, "Look, I've fulfilled my duties here. I've delivered you lot a trophy. It's time for me to move on." It's the same with Isak. It's not necessarily like they're saying to him, "Oh, I mean, they can say to him, oh, we can build a project." Listen, I don't care about your project. I want to be in London. I want to be in and around where all the top players have been. You know, Newcastle, you can count on a handful how many top players have played there, because it's not prestigious. The area is not prestigious enough, and that's no disrespect to Newcastle compared to London. You know, London is where it's at. It's the global capital of Europe. Do you get what I'm saying? So for him, he might just want to come to London. He might want to be next to Henry, next to wear that number 14 shirt is available.
Henry ain't playing for a club, fam.
Nah, but he wants to be next to him in terms of like, I played in the same class, my hero. Yeah, that number 14 shirt is still available.
But saying all of that, Stricto, you know that Mikel Arteta have no good repertoire when it come on to number 9. He have none. So what is it that we believe that Mikel Arteta is so good? Him not even want number 9. Because
no, he does.
Shut the frig up.
He does. Stop that agenda. He does.
You see, maybe you're good. Have a look at vibes. Yeah. And then you're gonna just mess it up. Don't do it. I'm begging you. Don't do it.
You don't mess it up, bro.
You know for a fact that Mikel Arteta don't want number 9.
I know for a fact he does.
Okay then. So why never sign number 9 in the summer?
But we go back to the same thing, the board.
What's the board?
The striker that he wants, yeah? The caliber of striker that he needs, they're not looking to back him.
Do we not have Ivan Toney?
Me not press. Who's that song again? Who's that song? Me not press people button. Sing this song.
Yeah, Jamaican.
Sing it. That's what I'm telling you to sing it. We press trigger, me not press people button.
Just face me with something. But anyway, like I said, he didn't want to sign a striker because if you look on Arden, you know what, before I even say that, what's your take on Mikel Arteta so far, and where do you stand with Mikel Arteta? Because
my manager.
Your manager.
My manager, bro.
Okay. So you're happy with Mikel Arteta?
Yeah, I am.
So I
you know this because when you was on my stream, I told you when I first jumped on, I said to you, I showed you evidence of how much I dislike the brother. I showed you all the am I lying? I showed you evidence. So it's not even like I came in and I was like, nah, this is my manager. To me, he's proved to me that he at least has earned an opportunity, a chance. Like I said to you in the beginning, bro, we are one player away. It's not like where people are saying
you're saying that we are one player away.
1 or 2 players, but we're not too many players away. We're not too many players away. You know, huh?
What they done to you? They
No,
kidnapped
brother.
you.
Let me tell you something here.
No. Stop.
Yo, man. Let me tell you something here.
No. Stricto. They kidnap you, innit? Alien take you away, innit? I know that alien take you away. Because upon planet Earth, you're going to sit there and tell me that Mikel Arteta is your guy?
My manager, bro. No, don't say my words. My manager, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Listen to me. Let me land, bro. Let me land. You're not letting me land. How you let man go in the sky and just hang up there, bro? Man, what comes up must come down, bro. I'm telling you this, bro.
See, you hear the people must say in their chat, them give you a free ticket. I believe so. Yeah.
No. I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah. Then buy your Stricto. You're mad, fam. You crazy, fam. You're one of the crazy Nigerian I ever see. What on planet Earth you gonna say my manager? What this
MA, bro? My manager. MA. My manager, bro. Mikel Arteta is my manager. You know what? Yeah, let me say something. Let me qualify it, yeah, because I feel like sometimes people say things that don't qualify. But let me qualify it. I have had a lot of people messaging me. Some people have unfollowed me. Some people said, brother, what's going on? Just like how you said now, brother, you lost your mind. Someone called me a company man. They said Robbie has infected me. All of that, yeah.
No, you, I tell Robbie and I will tell you, you, Stricto, prefer Arteta over your club.
No.
Yes, you do.
But
yes, you do.
But that's the difference.
If you never would come out with bull crap like this. Because would have said, you know what? Whatever happened, when Mikel Arteta go, you gonna still rack up in that club. So this man, look. You know why I know that I'm not deluded? I look at Liverpool. And whenever people come to me, Yardman, why you want Arteta out? Who you gonna get? I said, look at Liverpool. Look at Liverpool. Because
one example you can make. One example. Do you know what? No. I'm gonna stop you here. One example. Do you know what they call that? An anomaly. Something that doesn't happen all the time. One example you're using. One. Even Klopp, when Klopp came, didn't do it straight away. One anomaly, fam. Nah.
Did you realize that? Did you realize that when Wenger take over from
Bruce Rioch? Bruce Rioch.
Do you remember him second year what happened?
He won the league.
Okay then.
He won the double.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much.
He won the double.
Second year. In second year. Yeah, I remember Wenger don't spend money. That man don't spend money. And in the second year, he won the league. You understand?
Because
no. Manchester United was strong at the time. Newcastle under Sir Bobby Robson.
Wait. How long did it take Fergie, the greatest Premier League manager, to win the Premier League?
You just tell me a Napoli, and I can create one. And I'm telling you, I can create.
No. But the two anomalies are different because you said his second season.
Yeah.
Arteta won something in his first season.
Yeah.
So that's the two is not an anomaly. They're not together.
No.
You're talking about Slot coming in his first season and winning it. That is one example. Wenger won it is his second. That's a different example. Don't try to make it like it's one thing. That's an anomaly. What Slot is doing.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Yeah.
I've heard you, bro. I've heard you. You're talking shit. You're talking shit.
Whenever you rock up in that stadium, yeah, and then bribe you and give you them dry burger, yeah, there with the chips dead like my dad dick, yeah. And you sit down there, and you sit down there, yeah, having a laugh. Arteta is my what the song of them sing? I don't sing it. Mikel, I for what them song of them sing?
Tini at the back, Julian attack.
And I
Arsenal
even
gonna
know
win the
it,
Champions
I
League.
hear it, I can't.
We got super make
Oh, I
Arteta.
put my ears. I put my two fingers in my ears, guys. Oh, this brother to be super. Under what planet? Mikel Arteta is super. What super? Then again, let me tell you something. I hear Robbie was saying him and White Yardy and Ty was there. I don't know if you hear it. And he was saying that Chelsea is just a poor Arsenal, and Sunday they didn't do nothing. And then Ty said to him that, but they didn't have Cole Palmer. No, what do you mean by Cole? That's nothing. That's nothing. They spent 1.5 billion. Cole Palmer was only 40 million. They didn't have Cole Palmer, they didn't have Jackson. Yeah. And that's money out of them 1.5 billion that they spent. They buy Jackson, buy Cole Palmer. And his argument was that Cole Palmer was just only 40 million. No. And I'm sitting on there and I read what and I said, Robbie, you're such a hypocrite. Because your manager, not far away from us spending $1 billion, not far away, only 250 million more, which they said they're going to give him somewhere around that this season. So coming by the end of the summer, he could be spending $1 billion. Yeah. But remember, when Saka get injured, Arsenal was done. And remember, out of that 750 million that Mikel Arteta spent,
Saka was free.
Penny was spent on by Saka. Yeah. So how is it that Robbie can sit there and saying that Cole Palmer shouldn't be nothing, can spend $1 billion and Jackson, but we spend 750 million and one player that come out of the academy that we didn't buy, yeah, because everybody have it now. I say the same, yeah. It is Saka FC. If there's no Saka, there's no Arsenal, and it's proven. So how can you get up out of 33 or 32 player or 31, say 30, 31, 32 player that Mikel Arteta has buy? Yeah, it's only 2 player, maybe 3 player. Mikel Arteta can really sell back and get back money. 3 player, yeah. David Raya, Gabriel Martinelli, and Declan Rice, and I'm never going to get back 100 million for Declan Rice right now. Yeah, he maybe get 80, 90 million for Gabriel, and he maybe get 30, 35 or so for David Raya. Yeah. So them 3 players alone Mikel Arteta have as asset. And one of them him killing him career, can killing Declan Rice's career right now. Because last season, Declan Rice was behind Rodri. Rodri is the best midfielder in football, and was Declan Rice after him. No, Declan Rice not even, I don't think Declan Rice is in the top 5 midfielder right now.
No, he's in the top 5. He's in top 5. He's in top 5. He's in top 5. Name me 4 other players. He's in top, or name me 6 other players that he's not in. He's top 5. He's top 5. But back to your argument. Back to your argument. Chelsea spent 1.2 billion pound, not £1 billion, 1.2 billion. Yeah. So that means $1 billion and 200 million on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they've done that in a short space of time. We've done that over 4.5, 5 seasons.
So who should be better? Who should be better? Because
we are.
Remember, you know, when I big up this manager, remember, there's 2 things Mikel Arteta get. Yeah, 3 things, which is no manager apart from Pep and Simeone have. Yeah, Mikel Arteta get the money to spend, and get the time, and get the say in the club. Yeah, and when people sitting down and talking about,
no, I disagree about the say. Go on.
I can back up that.
Go on.
When people sitting down and talking about Edu leave the club and we don't have that sporting director, like Edu was shit. He should have left. He should have get sacked because Edu was nothing to Arsenal. Absolutely nothing. How the heck you could be the sporting director? You are the man who's signing off the check to getting the player them in, and you, Mikel Arteta, sit in front of him and tell him that, you see, your top goal scorer that you have in Aubameyang, I don't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Edu look at him and tell him that, no, we want him here. Mikel Arteta said, no. What happened? Aubameyang left the club, though?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So you're going to sit there and tell me that this man don't have say? You're top goal scorer in the Premier League.
Of course.
A manager come in and say, don't want him. And
remember the question. Remember the question.
Never replace him.
Remember the question I asked you the other day, and I said to you, how much in terms of percentage? Remember, I asked you that question. In terms of percentage, how much say do you think he has? And I think, if I remember correctly, you said something like 80%.
Of course.
I think that's what you said, 80%. Until now, nobody can prove to me what that how that number is so high.
You know why? You know why? Let me tell you why. Because he have the say to bring in whosoever he want to bring in. Yeah.
No, that's just not true. That's just not true, bro. That's just not true. That I can prove.
So is that Mikel Arteta one can't afford and bring him in?
Yes.
Isn't that one Declan Rice? So you out of the 30+ player that Mikel Arteta
but what I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you, he's not saying though you can bring those players and say, look, he brought in Havertz, he brought in whatever.
Somebody asked. Let me start answer these people. So boy 10 Dio say, what percentage do you think Mikel Arteta have?
That's a good question.
No,
what my answer
you.
What I think he has, if you're asking me, I don't know, but from what I see, I think he has about 40 to 50 max.
Okay, then. So if you're gonna give a rookie manager a big club like freaking Arsenal,
you just answered the question.
A rookie manager,
yes,
that amount I say, because you're thinking to yourself, because you don't want to make him look that bad, so you bring it as low as that.
No, but let me make this clear in case anybody's got this twisted. Let me make this clear, and anybody that wants to listen and wants to understand,
you see,
my stance on Mikel Arteta.
Make it clear this water.
Let me be clear like that water. Make it clear like. Let me make it clear like Nigel Ben pissed. Let me make this clear. Conor Ben, sorry. Arteta, I started supporting Arsenal before Arteta even played in England. Talk less of even played for Everton, played for Rangers, and then come to Arsenal when we signed him. I was supporting Arsenal way before Arteta even thought about getting his coaching badges, Let me make this clear. I am not Arteta FC.
You are.
I am Arsenal. No. Let me make this clear. I am Arsenal FC. The day Arteta leaves and a new manager come in, I will support the new manager. The same way when Emery came in, I supported him until I didn't. The same way Arteta came in, I didn't support him until I have. And I have my reasons why I support him. I have my reasons why, because he changed my mind. Because all the times that I used to feel the pain of going to these top 6 teams, me and you have traveled, Yardman, to all these games and getting slapped 5-0, 5-1, 4. That doesn't exist anymore. Fighting for top 4, fighting top 5 to the last game of the season. We don't know whether or not we're going to get top 4. And we used to celebrate top 4. We're no longer doing it anymore. We look down on celebrating top 4. We look down on that. And now we're in the stage where now we're second. And we're even looking down on it. Even you're saying yourself, we need to win the league. We need to cross the line. Why is that? That's what I'm saying. Why is that? Not because of Emery, not because of what Wenger did in his later years. We've come to a position where we are even so disappointed, we don't even realize why we're disappointed. We're disappointed because he's got us to the point of disappointment. That second is not good enough. The man is trying. I can see that he's trying. Top 4 was never good enough, neither a second. I can see he's trying, and I've always maintained if the board back this guy fully and give him at least that 80% that you think he owns, that 80% control that you think he has, then I think we will achieve. Because how can we be second now? Most of our front line is out. Injuries through the season. and we're second. All of the experienced managers, you can talk about Nuno, you can talk about Pep, you can talk about you name them, all the experienced managers are there, and he's keeping them at bay. Nah, man. I have to give the man respect, because when he started, I gave him no respect. I said, this brother's a rookie. This brother is gonna be a company man, which to some degree he is, because sometimes.
Let me tell you why. You know why Arsenal is second? Do you want to know the real reason why Arsenal is second?
Oh, go on, this is gonna be an agenda. Go on, let me hear your agenda.
You know why?
Go on.
The rest of the 18 team are shit.
Okay, why is Liverpool first? Why is Liverpool first?
That's what I just said to you. The 18 team, the next 18 are rubbish. That's why Liverpool is first and Arsenal is second. The next 18 are rubbish. If I'm not asking you, if we'd have 50% of Man City last year, Arsenal would have been second. If we'd have 50% of what, if we'd have another 50% of what Manchester United are capable.
Whose problem is that? That's not my problem. That's not my problem that Pep and them man ain't doing their thing. That's not my problem that Man United ain't doing their thing. It's not my problem that Tottenham ain't doing their thing.
It's not that your manager is good. Your manager is a crap. Your manager is a fraud. Your manager need to pack up and leave the flipping club, because he will never ever win you a trophy. He will not going to. Look at it. You should be ashamed of yourself. Eddie Howe don't spend that amount of money. And Eddie Howe is getting the best out of his player them. Yeah. And can win a Carabao Cup. Yeah. You know what happened? Look what they do with Newcastle.
Carabao Cup. That's what you're talking about. Big club like Arsenal. You're talking about Carabao Cup. The same Eddie Howe beat Arnold Slot. The same Eddie Howe managed to lose to Liverpool twice this season, but when it mattered, Eddie Howe lifted up the cup. It's not just about Arteta. When it mattered, he came and he beat Liverpool.
Stricto, let me teach you something, yeah? If two things I'm gonna say. If hold on there. Where's 125? Where's 125? If you ask any Liverpool fans in the chat, yeah, what trophy you want to win this year? I believe 99.9% of them will tell you the Premier League, because they have never seen it before. Yeah, they would tell you that they even put the Champions League aside, give us a Premier League. No, you have to remember, Liverpool and Newcastle went to Wembley Sunday. It is a one-off game. Anybody can win. It is a one-off game. It is harder for win.
Every game is one-off, bro. Every game is one-off. Premier League, one-off.
To go in the Premier League for Arne left Netherlands. Holland. Yeah. And come in the Premier League, where nobody believed that this manager never managed, because we can say that the Belgium league is that. Why I keep on saying Belgium? The Holland, their league is like, yeah, Dutch league is like the Premiership over here. Yeah, it's not that strong.
The Championship, you mean?
Yeah, the Championship. Yeah, is not that strong. So when people say Arteta come to Liverpool, but him get a good team. What's his name? Jurgen Klopp leave a very good team with him, so he doesn't have to do nothing. But don't forget that the same team that Arteta pick up finished third behind Arsenal. That simply means that Arsenal was better than them. Even though Jurgen Klopp win a FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, yeah, because they were the older of the Carabao Cup. That's the only cup him win that year, yeah. But remember, they finished third behind Arsenal. So by that contrast in the Premier League, Arsenal, with no, you can't say it's like, were better than Liverpool. Am I lying? No.
But then you just said...
Stop! Can you chat where you could dirty thinking manager when you're good? Then, Arne did not buy any player. Mikel Arteta go out there and sign 2 more players. So him strengthening him team. Him buy left back and a midfielder. Calafiori and Mikel Merino. He strengthened. Liverpool did not strengthen. So the same team that finished third, now it's bloody 15 points ahead of him. Are you going to sit there out 13? Are you going to sit there and tell me that he's a good manager? Listen.
All right. All right. You see your agenda's making you contradict yourself.
That's fact.
Hold on, my youth. Hold on. You just said if Man City was the percentage 40
of what there was last year.
How many percent?
50.
50%.
Half of what there was last year.
Half of what there was last season. If Arsenal were 10% of what we were last season,
yeah,
we would be on top of Liverpool.
No. We'd have still be second.
No, because you this is what I'm saying about your agenda. If we was also better than what we was this season, we would be ahead of Liverpool. Because the games that we drew, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, we've drawn more this season than we did last season. So you can't use Manchester. And then you talk about Arteta's strengthening his squad. Pep also strengthened his squad in January, and he's still behind. This is why when I talk about an anomaly, hold on, man. Let me speak, man. When I talk about an anomaly, it means something that doesn't usually happen. Usually, we know whenever Pep goes into the market, the players that he bring hit the ground running, no time to waste. Yeah, he's bought players. He's bought Mamouche. He bought a centre back and a midfielder. Yeah, mini Rodri. He bought a man that they call him Mini Rodri, and they're still not able to get the performance. It's people have said it, and it's not an excuse because I want to run my agenda that Arteta is a great manager. I'm not saying Arteta is a great manager. I've never once said that. Until I say that, then you can call me delusional. All I'm saying is I give the man his props and his dues, and I believe.
So tell me, I'm going to ask you one question. Yeah. What is it that you give Mikel Arteta his prop for? What is it that you give him? What him do for you to say?
I've said already.
Make a challenge in it.
I've said already. We used to come. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on a second. Wait, let me talk. I can pull up.
You are just the same as everyone and the deluded fans. Oh, we are challenging. We win trophy.
I'm gonna pull up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up an interview of you. I already have this ready already. Yeah. I have an interview of you saying you want Arsenal to be challenging. Of you saying that, not me saying that. You. Let me pull it up.
Challenge to win title. I never just said challenge top 4. I've never said that.
Challenge.
Pull it up. Challenge to win title.
Let me speak. Let me land.
When Robbie was there saying that, all we want for winning the top 4, I said, Robbie, we need to be that team to challenge the at the time it was Man City. We need to be that team to challenge Man City. So if we don't win it, we come fourth, we come in the top 4. But don't be that team to challenge for top 4. If we drop out of top 4, then we're not going to be in it. So I always said to win. I always want
What do you think? How do you win? You win by challenging, first of all, right? Yeah. The biggest at the start of the season, yeah. Everybody and their mother said, to win the league, you need to finish above City. That was always the last 5 seasons. And we finished
above City. Is he winning the league? Is he winning the league? Yes, man. Is he winning the league? Yeah. Bring out your agenda. Oh, Yardman have agenda. What is your agenda now? Because this man, hold on. Are we progressing from last season?
We haven't. No. Honestly, we haven't progressed. But this is what I'm saying. This is why you get me different from most people that want Arteta. Yeah, because I can still say we haven't progressed. Yeah, I can still say that. There's so many things I can say against Arteta. But ultimately, he earns my respect because he has got us challenging. Like I said, I can pull up videos when you said you want to start challenging because you don't want top 4. Nobody wants top 4. But at some point,
you want top 4. You're always talking about top 4. You always talking about top 4, and I said I don't want just top 4. I even make an analogy when I said to Robbie, if you want, say you want a buckle of say you want a Vauxhall car, yeah,
Yeah.
you don't save to buy a Vauxhall, yeah, you save to buy a Benz or a Mercedes. If you don't reach that the money to buy the Vauxhall, the Mercedes, you can buy the Vauxhall. But if you save towards a Vauxhall and you don't get the amount of money, you're not going to get a Vauxhall, you're going to get something even lower. So I always say, put your head above water, strive for win it. If you don't win it, then you're going to be in there. But I always want to win it. I don't want to
Yes.
compete. I see Arsenal compete over and over. So compete is nothing to me. Don't tell me nothing about competing. I don't care about competing. I want to win it. Liverpool is not competing. Liverpool is winning it. Yeah, we are trying to compete same way. You know who tried to compete as well? Nottingham Forest is competing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Nunes. Look at Nunes.
No, 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 no. They're not competing. They're top four, bro.
No. They're competing.
They're top four.
They're
They're
competing.
top four. No, they're top four, man. They're
The
top
manager,
four. They
you just have to realize that you cannot put the manager over your club. You can't do that. You're paying your season ticket is the most expensive ticket in football, and you sit down and waiting. Oh, the manager is competing. Look where him get the team from. Like the same team that him win FA.
the same money I used to spend. The same money I used to spend. We used to be outside of even competing wasn't even a conversation, and I still used to spend that money. I still used to pay the highest season ticket. No, I don't put the manager above the club. The club is above everything else because I support the club before Arteta and after Arteta. Yeah, what I'm strictly saying, given the right tools, he can do it, and I believe that. Listen, take away, for example, and it's a crazy example, yeah. I remember watching last season where it was so close. Heung-min Son scored that goal. If Chris Woods was the same Chris Woods we had today last season, it was that close. It was literally inches, and we lost out. This season was still up there. It's a terrible season. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a dead rubber season. You know, like I said, it's an anomaly. The teams that are supposed to be up there aren't up there. If Man City was 50%, they would be above us. If we was 20%, we'd be above Liverpool. That's just how it is. Do you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we're still in the Champions League. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but let's try to do what we can do. We've never won it before. Do you understand? So my thing is, I respect my manager because there was a point when I didn't respect him. And the same reasons why I didn't respect him are the reasons why I respect him. Not because we're finishing second, not because we haven't won any major trophy, but I can see the progression. When he came, I didn't see the progression. That's why I didn't like him. You yourself know there's a progression, whether you like to admit or not. But I think, and that's why the most important question I've asked you today is, how much control do you think this brother has? That's the most important question I ask you.
But where's the progression that you see still going on? Where is the because we're not progressing. Because you can say, okay, we progressed last year, the year before, but this year we're not progressing. And
This year,
when you move the standard with Arsenal, because we're not talking about, we can't even say, we're not talking about the Brighton, the Crystal Palace, the Tottenham, yeah. We're not talking about a team like that. We're talking about Arsenal, who has been known our 5 years now since I've won anything. Yeah, the last trophy win is the FA Cup 5 years ago. We haven't won anything. So in Einstein, we're still a club that win trophy. Yeah. So where are the progress that we are
let me
progressing?
ask you a question. Answer me this question, yeah. And be honest. Yeah. If Arsenal win, let's say we won the Carabao Cup this season or the FA Cup, would you be happy with that? Just be honest. Just be honest.
You know what? I said from the get-go, give me something. At least I can see that you are striving to win better. But when you look and see when Pep come in the Premier League, yeah, the FA Cup, Jose Mourinho, they don't play a weakened team in the Carabao Cup. They don't. They play the best team in the
Wenger's
Carabao
done that for years.
Well, they play the best team in the Carabao Cup. The reason for that, but Wenger always use the kids them in the Carabao Cup,
Yeah.
the FA Cup. But what I'm saying to you, where I look at it and see manager who win things, yeah, and they strive for win, the Pep, the Jose, the Fergie, yeah, them people that win things, even the Jurgen Klopp, he win 9 trophy. You understand? Now, give me a trophy. You give me the Carabao Cup. You win. You go and you beat Newcastle home and away. Take Liverpool to Wembley. We dust them out. We live in a Carabao Cup right now. Me sitting down there, and you ask me a question. I will say to you, of course I'm happy. I win a cup in the Premier League.
Let me.
I would be. Well, no. Hold on. I would be. I'm not gonna say. You know what? This is I'm settling for that. But yes, I win a cup, so I'm happy. I will be celebrating, so I will be happy. Anybody that say that if Arsenal win a Carabao Cup, they're gonna sit down there and say, no other cup there. That's what I said. I lie them I tell.
No.
Because a trophy cabinet, so I will be happy with it. But it's not that I will settle for it, but I will be saying, you know what? Well done. I'm happy that you win something that show me that you can win. You show me that you can win. That's what it say. But not winning not even the least of the least. You think the blood cleat Emirates Cup is anything? People, let me tell you something. Last year, I think you were there. You were there last year, the Emirates Cup? No, I think you wasn't there.
No, I don't think I was there. No.
The Emirates Cup, I see the old stadium. Because remember, the whole stadium, they did a clap and a cheer for the Emirates Cup. So you gonna tell me that nobody gonna clap for the Carabao Cup?
No, but come on, no, that's a family day. Everyone take their family there.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. But
that's a dead thing.
The Emirates Cup.
That's a dead thing. That's a dead thing. I'm saying to you, yeah, you said earlier, if you ask any Liverpool fan what cup what they wanted is the Premier League. Yeah. I'm telling you this, yeah. If we don't want ever FA Cup or Carabao Cup, I'll take it, but it's not what I want. I'll be honest with you, I'll take it. It's not what I want.
But what you want?
No, I want the Premier League, I want the.
That's where you wrong. Because
no,
if you ask me my choice, yeah. If you ask me what cup do I want to win, it is only the Champions League. You know why?
Never done it.
If you go into the stadium tour, you can see 3 Premier League titles there. That means we'll have them. We'll have Premier League titles. I don't see that big, massive trophy in a cabinet at Arsenal. So I want that because we don't have any say.
We're still in it. That same competition that you want, we're still in it. Pusio, we're still in it.
Fam, you can go on, but I don't see we beating Real Madrid. I listen. I'm not.
Anomalies happen, bro. We're witnessing it in real time.
All I say is that Mikel Arteta and them gone away for an international break now, so the club is off their mind. It's time for Mikel Arteta to sit down for these 2 weeks. Whatever player who doesn't go to international and him up there, he have to realize that I only have 2 games right now. Because remember, if we beat Real Madrid, we still have Bayern Munich, we still have PSG, we still have
PSG,
Barcelona,
PSG, all of them are there.
So we're gonna still have to play one of them 3. So Mikel Arteta job right now, because the Premier League is done, it's gone. Mikel Arteta job right now is to focus, and the only focus is I'm not saying to take your eye off the Premier League, no, because you can finish 6th if you take your eye off it. Yeah. But what I'm saying, you, Mikel Arteta, have to find a way. Sit down and watch Real Madrid from 1950 up until now and find a way how you're gonna beat them. Because
Li-
you remember,
One thing we need to remember, Yardman. Real Madrid are not God. Them man are human.
yeah,
Yeah, them man are beatable.
yeah, which is
The
right, yeah.
the problem we're having is we as fans, Arsenal fans, have an inferior complex that will not allow us to get over the fact that if it wasn't for the Alvarez slipping, it would have been us versus Atletico. Yeah, Real Madrid have this luck that they have with this competition. This is their thing. This is their bread and butter. Does not mean we cannot beat them. I remember in 2006 when we was drawn against Real Madrid. I remember that game very well. I can't remember in which order it went to. I think was it Emirates first? No, yes, it was Bernabeu first, Emirates second. And we went to Bernabeu. We had Sol Campbell was missing, Torre was missing. We had Senderos, I can't remember, and Giroud, whatever his name, I can't remember the back line. We went there, nobody gave us a fight in hell.
To do what?
We beat them.
We beat them at home. We never beat them away.
No, we beat them away. What are you talking about?
No, we beat them at home. No, sorry, we beat them at the
We beat them away
and
draw at home.
Yeah.
So
what are you talking about? Hold on there. You're talking about 06, 05 season.
My experience.
We have the best. I forgot that was an invincible team that we're talking about.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No. It wasn't an invincible team because we didn't have Vieira. Vieira had gone by then. We had a young Cesc Fabregas. We had a young.
Vieira was at Inter.
Juventus.
In Juventus.
Juventus.
We did play them as well. I will beat them.
We played them and we beat them. Vieira
as well, I believe.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make is man for man. If you look on paper, like somebody once said, of one of my favorite football saying, man for man. If you look on paper, they have the better team. Unfortunately, football is not played on paper.
No.
Anything can happen. And the chances between, in fact, I even think this is disrespectful when I say anything can happen, because it's not like Plymouth versus Real Madrid. It's Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Two teams of equal prestige. Maybe Real Madrid in this competition and in their league, they're superior, and world football, they're superior. But on the day, anything can happen. You just said now, the final is a one game, anything can happen. Newcastle win it. So, and I said to you, each game is a final. Whether it's the Premier League, whether we play Fulham today or Bournemouth tomorrow, each game is a final. That has to be the mentality.
Yeah, but you can sit down and say that. But we see what Arsenal is like. We see what Mikel Arteta is like. Yeah? Because for me, I'm sitting down there and I'm saying to myself, Raheem Sterling is out for that game, the first leg at home. Yeah? We know that Madrid midfield is so good. Yeah? It is not hard. Yeah? And I believe that it's more likely the same team that started against Chelsea on Sunday. Yeah, mark my word. That's the same team I'm going to start and the same formation going to start. Bearing in mind, I don't believe that Saka will be back. And even if Saka were going to be back by then, Saka wouldn't be able to play the full 90 minutes. So it all depends on if we have a chance to beat Real Madrid, or we're going to beat them, even though we don't have any out-and-out number 9 or centre forward. Yeah, but for me,
how would you beat them? How would you play it?
How would I play them? I would play, me personally, I would play Kieran Tierney over Skelly. And the reason for that, yeah, we're going to need somebody who can go forward and get back and put ball in the box. Kieran Tierney is good on that. Yeah. I would play Trossard on the left, Waneri on the right, and Martinelli through the middle. And the reason why I'm playing Martinelli through the middle is because we know that they're gonna want to dominate the ball, and we're gonna have to drop back. And the moment to drop back, the pace that Martinelli have, we can catch on the counter attack. You understand?
So you're
But
saying defensive.
yeah, but Mikel Arteta will never do that. He will never put Martinelli through the middle, yeah, and try to get a counter attack. He will never do that. And that's one of the way. But like I said to you, he will play Marino up there. No, you're gonna look on man like what's his name? What's Real Madrid defender name, the German?
Rudiger.
Rudiger. Rudiger just gonna look and thinking that just laugh and say, "You have a field day today." Because Real Madrid can't even go through at the back with Mourinho alone up there and put another body in midfield. You understand? That's how I see it. But it all happened with the players.
Mm.
When they step over that white line, yeah, it is 11v11. I am good just as you. I'm going to stop you from playing your best game. If they believe, because it's one thing. If they don't have the belief, then it's never going to beat them. You're never going to beat Real Madrid. You understand? You see, Atletico Madrid locked down Mbappe. They lock him down. He can get locked down. Yeah? So, it's the way Mikel Arteta picked that starting 11. That's the way we can beat them. And I said to you, the same starting 11 that play against Chelsea, it is going to be the same starting 11. Maybe Waneri come in. Maybe Waneri come in. Possibly. Yeah? But apart from that, that's the starting 11 I see. And do I believe that we're going to beat them? I hope so. But there's something in my head just telling me that Real Madrid is going to have too much. And I'm just being real here.
Yeah,
There's no, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we can't win. No, I could never say that. I want us to win. But is the formation that Mikel Arteta play that's going to have a big say.
For me, more so, for me, I think I agree with you in the sense that it's up to Arteta how he approaches this game. If, as far as I'm concerned, and I said this before, one of our biggest strengths is our defense.
Yeah.
Any team that is playing counter-attack, the basis of that is a good defense, because there's no point counter-attacking if you've got nothing to counter.
Yeah.
Our defense is our strength. We've got the two best pairing in the world in Saliba and Gabriel, though I don't think Saliba has been up to it this season. Yeah. And then our fullbacks, I think on the right side with Timber, I've been impressed with Timber. He's looked very physical against fast players. He's matched them for speed. The left back is still up for contention. I don't know whether that game might be too much for Skelly. So I will agree with you on Tini. But defensively, I don't think Tini is as good as Skelly. In terms of matching for pace, he's very quick. Tini's lost pace, injuries hampered him a lot. And what you don't want to do is start with Tini, and then he gets injured. Now your plan's gone out the window because now you're one less substitution away from executing your plan. So for me, our defense is a key area that we have to use to our advantage. Now, whether Arteta is going to honestly concede possession, making sure that we're not playing a possession-based game, for me, determines this game for us. Is the fine margins between either winning 1-0, 2-0, or losing 3-0, 4-0. Yeah, because you've seen us this season when we've had a lot of meaningless possession. It's not meant nothing. A team like Real Madrid would pick us off easily. They've got pace either side. They've got structure in the middle, and they've also got defense. Their defense is not as good as ours. So for me, it's all about letting them have possession or conceding possession, and every player get back in possession. Remember that game we played against City this season, Etihad? Similar sort of mentality. everybody get back in space. Everybody get back in space. But the only problem is we had a man less, and then the players were fatigued. We didn't have an out ball. We didn't have Martinelli, because I remember Martinelli I think he even came off he came off for no, not even for Trossard. He came off for Skelly. Skelly, come on. So at this point now, with experience having to concede possession and getting back into space, so the out ball is going to be key. Whether it's Martinelli, whether it's Nwaneri, whether it's Declan Rice, I imagine is going to be in space, forming part of the low block. So we need to concede possession, and that's what I want to see from Arteta. I want to see that you understand this isn't a regular team, Premier League team we're playing. This is the kings of this competition. Put your hand up and say, I don't want possession-based football. I want balls coming into the box. I want people taking the chance one time, and the midfield, everybody getting back in. This is not a place to show how good you are as a manager of dethroning Real Madrid in the fashion that you think that you can with the players. That, first of all, we don't even have the players, bro. I don't think we should even bring back Saka.
No, I don't
think we should. But if we do, then the responsibility is that Saka's going to be running up and down that wing, attacking and defending. Someone that just come off a hamstring.
And that's why I don't want back Saka to come back in. I rather Saka to rest for the season. But like I said, Stricto, it's going to be a hard task. It's going to be a very hard task, and it all depends on how the manager decide to set up his team. That's the only way we can beat them. You understand? But like I said, I just hope and pray that when those 11 players step over the line, they just have their mindset knowing that we can beat them. First thing first, give us a clean sheet. Clean sheet and go back to Madrid with it. That's all I can say. Because we don't need to, if we have to go back to the Bernabeu and trace in the game, then
It's finished. It's finished. It's finished.
Problem.
It's finished.
I'm going to try to trace a game when we don't have anybody to score. Really,
it's finished. It's finished.
So
let me ask you then, what is a decent scoreline for you to take there?
Well, like I said, the worst of the worst for me is a 1-0. Anything over that? So if Real Madrid score 1, then we can say, you know what? That's the worst case scenarios. But we cannot make them score more than 1. The best thing I said, either we win or we draw the game and take it back to them. And knowing that, you know what? We have everything going there to play for. We're playing for art here. You understand? But if we try to trace the game there, you know how they're going to pick us off easily. So for me, we cannot conceive.
So give me a scoreline. Give me. Okay, you've given me the worst case scenario.
The worst scenario, like the best scenarios is that if we can go back to the Bernabeu with a 1-0 lead, that would be the best scenario for me. 2-0, I'm pushing it, but yeah, I'll take 2-0, but 1-0 for me, and go there, and then try to catch you on the counter attack. It is doable. We can do it, but is it that the mindset of this player and all the manager think? That is the most important part about it. You understand? But like I said, fam, we are just open because this is the only thing we have to play for. And if we don't beat Real Madrid, then boy, I believe that's a season, I would say, we regress. It can't be a good season for us. It can't be an okay season. It cannot be.
No, it's a bad season. It's a bad season. 100%.
Before we go, we have another 5 minutes. What you think of Andrea Berto coming in, and how do you see we're going to fare with this manager? We know what him do at Atletico Madrid, we know the type of player, the credibility of player that him bringing to the
Mm-hmm.
club. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that he have to have the say over Arteta, or you believe it should be a giant? Because I believe me, but I'm giving my own first. I believe that Berto is the one that speak to the owner, and the owner in return put the pressure on him, and then him have to put the pressure on Mikel Arteta to say, you know what, you have to win something else. You gotta go. It is just. I mean, people might sit down and say it's not that simple, but it's as simple as that. Him have 2 year leave on him contract. Yeah. Next year, then if you sack a manager with him 1 year left, then shouldn't be a lot to pay off. The Cranky have money. Cranky shouldn't be worried about paying off Arteta and getting a good manager to come in who can bring us over the line, because I see this team is 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 a fairly good team. But if we leave it with Arteta, then I just think that we're gonna run it down, and then the next manager come in have to do a rebuild. You understand? So how
Mm.
do you see the role that you see that Berto should have at Arsenal?
You know, maybe the best way I can answer it is some countries are good with dictatorship and some countries are good with democracy. Now, if he's coming to be a dictator, if he's coming to say, look, I want control and, you know, I'm experienced, because he's even more experienced than Edu. Because let's
Edward,
not understand, Edu was also a rookie.
yeah,
He was also a rookie. He's coming with experience, and it's up to Arteta. Now, the best scenario is to have a good working relationship where they both understand each other. They both, you know, are working in the same direction. But ultimately, there has to be somebody that's there. You see what I like? Sometimes I like something. I like dictatorship sometimes in this context. You know, I like, you know, when you think about Ferguson, you think of Mourinho. These men were straight dictators with it, as long as it produced an outcome. Do you understand me? So for me, Berta coming in, he's going to assess how the club is, the health of the club in terms of signings, in terms of getting deals over the line. He's going to assess that. He's going to assess the influence of Arteta or the lack of influence of Arteta. Who knows? He's going to assess that. Ultimately, they need to work together. But if they don't, then Arteta has to agree and concede. This brother has come from a league where he's done well in, a league that's competitive in terms of they're basically the third team in that league. You know, Barcelona and Madrid.
but
So
yeah,
you have to
he was
respect.
going to come in and split them and bring Atletico Madrid to win a title there.
Exactly.
To win so he was the one who was a big say when he
Exactly.
that club.
So
But
Arteta, if he comes in, Arteta is gonna have to also understand that this is in Nigeria, as we say, this is not a senior man. This is a senior man. This is somebody you have to respect. Do you understand? Because he's done it. He's gone around and he's done it. So I mean, it's all about how Arteta reacts, and it's all about how Berta reacts as well. But ultimately, if they both want the same thing, then I expect it to work. Simple as that.
well, we can just sit down and hope for the best from Andrea, and just hope that next season we can sitting down here and just saying that we are champion. We can, because well, I'm not even going to say that, because couple seasons now, 2 seasons ago, I swear that we're going to win the Premier League, and I even said that, you know what, I back Arteta to win this league. And I did say that I'm giving him a backing, and people had said to me, "Oh, Yardman, you've gone commercial now, and whatever." But from that season, I said, "You know what? I can't do this no more. I just want peace and tranquility with my club, and if it's Arteta to leave, he have to go. And I don't see any more good scenarios coming up. I don't see Arsenal doing anything superb with Mikel Arteta. I just don't see. That's just me. But you know what, Stricto, been a pleasure to get you on my program.
My guy, come
Very
on.
much. But people, don't forget to jump over Stricto channel and just show some love. Just show the support and follow him. And just help Stricto to build up him channel, because you know what? We're doing this and we're just doing it for you people. We're just entertaining you. And without your support, then it's just not
There's no
possible.
point.
There's
Yeah,
no fight. It's not possible. So people just do the honor and just like the video, go over to Strict and just give the guy a follow. Big up on yourself, chat. We know we're gonna end the stream. Stricto, it's a
brother.
pleasure to have you again. Yeah.
Respect.
And big
Yeah,
up
yeah.
yourself. Yeah. All right.
All right, bro.